Hi everyone, this is part one of the junk journal, mini junk journal / notebook tutorial. So first of all, I'll just show you a couple of them that I've already made, just so you've got an idea of what we're doing. So this is a fabric covered mini journal / notebook. I've sewn the pages in so you can see the stitches, which I quite like. On the inside I've covered it with paper and I've made a little mini pocket there which you can slide things in and out of. That's just to show you there. And then each one has got, what, I think it's 6 pages I put in each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, so 7 random number. 7 sheets in each signature. So it's got 1 signature and it's got 7 sheets. So obviously you've got both sides. So you've got lots of lovely pages to start filling. You can use these as little notebooks, or mini junk journals, just to get you started if you haven't done anything like this before. This might just get you started on junk journaling. There's a little pocket there as well in the back, so I've put a pocket in each one, and then I've used the rest of the waxed thread just to have a little bead on the back there, which is quite cute. So that's the one of them that I've made, and then I've made another one in the white and blue fabric, which it's a shame that D is not on the front, but there we go. And then I've done a closure on that one. I used some ribbon and I've put a pocket in each of those as well. And then I've done, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets in that one, and then another pocket on the back. Six. I thought it was a random number. I don't know why I did 7 in that one, but I normally do 6 in one signature for the mini ones that I'm making. So that one has actually got 6. So anyway, so that's what we're making. So I'm just going to start you off with the basics of what you need. So you will need, depending on what size you want to do, I've kept it quite simple because I don't tend to really like cutting and measuring too much. So I've just got an A4 sheet of quite thick card. Now you could, this is an A4 sheet, but you could use like an Amazon envelope or cereal box, anything that kind of weight, paper weight. So all I've done is I've folded that in half, if I can just see without knocking the camera. So I folded the A4 sheet in half, and then I just cut that. So then basically you've got 2 notebooks. If you wanted to make 2, you've got them there then. So like I said, I like to keep it nice and simple, so I haven't got to measure too many things. Measuring and maths and numbers isn't my strong point. Okay. And then fold it in half again. And then you've got the basics of your little notebook or little mini junk journal. So that's what we need to start with. Then what I've used is just some Mod Podge. I get one of these little spongy things. You can use a paintbrush, anything that you've got. And then what we need to do then is pick what fabric we'd like. And I don't know where, I've just put a big stack of fabric somewhere, which is helpful. What have I done with it? Hold on, bear with me. Ah, here it is. So we've got the green, which is the one I've already used. So let's do something different. I've got so much fabric that I've collected over the years. I was just seeing if there's anything that's open. Let's go with something really bright. Seeing as it's January, let's get some colour. So I'm just using fat quarters here, but you can use any sort of scraps that you can find. So let's go with something really quite bright. This is a fat quarter. I haven't used this one before, but this is a good way of using up scraps. So if you've got scraps around, that's a really good way of using them up. So I'm just going to place the fabric on my desk. Now, as you can see, it has got creases. Is there a particular pattern way? Nope, I'm trying to be quick. I don't want this to be too long, this video. So I did get this idea from a lady that I watch on YouTube. And her channel is called Paper Terrace. It's definitely worth a look. So yeah, so you want to leave a bit of an edge all the way around, just so that you can fold that over. So just trim it up. So where are we? Roughly. You can measure it all out and everything if you want to. If you're a bit more precise than me. And then just roughly, I mean, that was a fresh fat quarter that I've opened up there, but you can use up scraps. Obviously anything that's the size of your, just slightly bigger than your piece of paper. I don't think there's a particularly wrong or right way with this. So I'll pop that in there. Lovely. Knock my little envelope down. And then, don't want the scissors. I don't know why I was grabbing for the scissors. Give your Mod Podge a shake. This hasn't got much left in it now. So I'm just going to fold that in half. And then just using the Mod Podge and the little spongy thing, just cover that with glue. You probably use other types of glue, but I've used this before on the larger journals that I've made, and it's always worked really well, so I trust it. Let's make sure everything's pretty well covered. And then if you just place it down into that corner and the edge, making sure it doesn't matter too much that hasn't got much in this corner here, so just smooth that down. I'm trying not to knock the camera too much, sorry. Make that nice and smooth. Oh, I like this. I think that's pretty well. Perhaps a little bit more under that corner there. Doing that with my left hand for some reason. Right, and then fold the other side over and do the same. Try not to stick yourself to the paper. And then bring that over. So all the creases just disappear, which is nice. So you don't need to worry about ironing. And that's nicely stuck down there. And then you just need to glue the edges down. You can trim the corners off, some of the extra. That's probably a bit too much there as well. You don't want to make it too bulky to turn. Just trim the corners if you want to. And then I just go along the edge. You could put it on the fabric, but I should have covered my desk really. I always get glue everywhere. So you just go round, all the way round. That edge. Might just trim that up a little bit. And then if you see any bits popping up, like I can see that bit there, just pop a little bit more glue underneath. Went crazy with the glue there, look. That's okay, it'll all dry. And we're going to cover that with paper anyway, or card. And then you can just get your little bit more glue, peel that back a bit, and then glue that back down there. And just go around the corners and just see, you might need to trim a bit off or glue it down. But that is pretty much that one done. I like that. And just trim a little bit of that off. There. That's my phone ringing. And there we go. That's the cover complete. So that's part 1 of the mini notebook journal tutorial. Okay, thank you.